Hello everybody, welcome back. Previously we landed here and I explained something about Ajax page, how PHPRad generates this Ajax list for us. So right now we are going to start taking advantages of it, but before we take advantages of it, remember I told you that this Ajax page is a clone of this guy. So we are going to code inside here so that PHPRad is more of tricking PHPRad, so that PHPRad will clone whatever we have here and also put it inside here for us. Okay, good. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to preview this. It looks, there's nothing wonderful here. Okay, but I'm going to come down inside here. From here that says page data, so I'm going to code inside here. All right, these buttons we can, okay, let me start from here. All right, let me start from here. The first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this thing from table list to grid. All right, and I'll preview it, so it's now in grid, kind of card thing. And again, for now we are going to take away the buttons. Maybe we can use them later, but for now I'm going to take them off. So I will reset this thing and I will copy some component of the button so that I can still use them whenever I want. Copy and Control Windows V. I want to pin this thing. Alright, so you don't have to worry about what I'm doing here, because I will still take all of them out. So we come to delete button, we'll make it false. Edit button, we make it false. View button, we make it false, and we preview it again, so it looks something clean like this. I don't know if you can see the background, but let me make it much obvious by adding, let's take this animated bounce in, let's take it off, and let's try to add, let's make it card and card body. Okay, BG light, we can take it off. Card body, preview this thing. All right, so as you can see these cards. All right, so let's start doing something here. Looking at what we have over here, you see that we have like 1 2 3 4 5 6 notes on a row. So but from what PHPRad gave us, we have just 3 of it. So we want to make it 6 by just typing 2 md. We want the lg to be 2 and md to be 3, then sm to be 4, while is 6. Alright, so we preview this thing. We're going to have it 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that is exactly what we want to have. Alright, so at this point I think we have to open things up, and we are going to reset this thing so that we have something a bit smaller. So we are going to start coding. Remember this, we typed here, we say lg2 md3 and sm4 plus 6, and we typed card body mb3. Remember we did that here. So inside here is where we are going to have our code. All right, but I want to add a class here. You can, at this point, you may decide not to go custom yet. All you need to do is just highlight everything you have here, highlight them, and type, just type this. What are we going to type? Note holder. So we copy this thing, preview it. It looks kind of messy, it's not nice. Yes, we know it's not nice, but you don't have to worry much about that. You come over here and start typing something. I'm going to highlight everything we have here because they are all muted, we don't need it, and start typing something new. Paste this. I'm sorry for this. Control V and close this guy. And we want to give it a style. We want to give the border to be 1 pixel. Should we give it 1 pixel? 1 pixel, no problem. 1 pixel solid, and RGB, the color will be 0000.4, and we can make it 1 2 3. All right, so the next thing again we want to do is we want the padding. We want the padding to be 10 pixels. All right, then we want the box. Should we give it a box shadow for now? Let's not bother. Reduce to be 10-15 pixels. All right, then what else? We want the height to be 200 pixels. All right, so we say okay, preview it. As you can see, notice what have happened. We've given it that rounded something, so you can see the border radius is rounded and our note is inside here, but there's no space between this note and this note, so we want to give it a margin bottom of how many? Let's give it 20 pixels, okay, so that we have enough space. All right, so you have that margin, and that is it. As you can see, our note is almost ready. All right, at this point, should we take this guy off? I think we don't have to. Let's do something. I will come to our Chrome and show you something. Look at what we have by the side here, and look at how our header is. But when you refresh this guy, oh my god, inspect. Let me clear the caches, empty caches, and clear this thing. All right, it has come. So come down here. Look at how this note is kind of bold, and we have some kind of colon that tells from top down, and we have our note content here. So can we do that? Of course, we need to create something by the side here, and probably we take this guy off. So let's take them off. First of all, let's go to custom CSS, and we call our .navbar, and we want the display to be none, and we say okay and preview this thing. So the display now is off, and that is exactly what we want to do. All right, so come down to still on our notes over here. We don't need it anymore. Then over here we want to make this thing bold, and we want the H1, want to make it H1, and we want to preview it. As you can see, it's now bold. Right, the background is light. We can change that BG light and take this padding of 3 off and make it MD3. I think is enough. All right, that's beautiful. We can equally make it PY, padding vertically to be padding on the y-axis to be 3. All right, but on the x-axis we are not going to get any padding. That looks beautiful. So now let's add a new colon by the side, but for us to achieve that thing, that means we have to put all of them in one row. I mean, this thing here should be in the same parent with this one. All right, but looking at them, you see that is in a different parent. We have one parent here, we have another parent here, so we want to put this thing together inside here so that they will become one. All right, so what we can do is come over here and create something like this. Since we've created it, we create a new row, and inside this new row we can drag and drop this guy here and call it just a col. The reason we just want to give it the same class as what we have here, so we can just call it col like this. And I'm sorry, it should be col 12, but come down here, make this one just col like that, and we create another colon like this one for it, and we can just click here, double click on the colon, call this one colon SM4, and then we can drag this guy, put it down here. Then we create another one without any colon, no grid, just make it empty, and drag this custom view, put it inside here. All right, so all these classes we gave this guy, we can quickly copy it. Ajax page, we don't need to write Ajax page here anymore, so we copy this one, PY, and margin bottom. Since we've copied it, we can go forward and delete this guy, then come down to the parent holder of these guys and paste it here just like that, and you are good to go. What else? Let's preview it. As you can see, it looks clean. I think there's no much changes, but you're going to notice the changes very soon, so you don't have to worry yourself much about it. So I'm going to create another column, but I'm going to call this guy col 9, or just make it colon, and we're going to create another one on top here, and we're going to call this one col1, and we want to make this guy bg, the background to be light, and we preview it. Look at what will happen. We've gotten that light background here that tells from top down, and when you view it on a Chrome, let's see if we are going to get it. I'm sorry for that. Alright, we get the exact effect we want, and let's try to make this guy to come a bit closer to this point. Okay, so let's go back here, make this colon 12, let's make the padding to be p0, padding to be 0, and that is it. Alright, we got exactly what we want to have. Alright, that looks beautiful, and it's a bit fast. I guess we are moving faster. I don't know if you can see all these things, but you know, it still does the function we wanted to do. So the add button that we used to have here, we've taken it off. We are going to put it here by the side. Alright, so let's go back to our PHPRad. Come inside here where we have the BG light, that is the light background, and we are going to add this thing called button like this. All right, and we can give this button a class. We give it a class of add btn, and we want to link it to add. All right, just like that, and we click it. You can see the button is on top. When you click on it, it takes you to the add page, but you can make it modal for now, even though I know we are going to change all these things completely, but you know, we have to round up today's class before we start another lesson. Alright, so that looks beautiful. So can we handle it with CSS, you know, handle this thing and make it nicer with CSS? Of course, but before we do that, we want to remove this text, and we want to have a plus icon here which says, we can just type plus, and the plus icon has come. Select this plus icon, hit OK, and preview it again. You have that plus icon. So remember that the class we gave this button is add btn, so we can come over to our CSS, move down and say dot add_btn, and we'll style it background to be black, and the height to be 20 pixels, and the width to be 20 pixels, and the display to be flex, and align items, or we can say test align center. All right, just like that, and we make it border radius to be 50%. All right, so we hit it, preview it. As you can see, it's black, and we couldn't get what we want, so let's look for another alternative. We give it a height of 20 pixel, width of 20 pixel, display to be block, display to be block. Hit OK, preview it again, and we are still getting this thing. Why? Alright, let's try to be a bit smart. So this is what we are going to do. We can simply give padding of 20 pixels. Hit OK. You can see it's now very bold, but I don't like the way it looks. I really don't like it. We can give it a padding of 10, preview it, and it's still not as nice as I want it, so we are going to remove it, and we are going to do it customly. Create a new custom view, come down here, highlight all, say button class btn. We don't need to, should we, let's type the btn though, and we say add btn, and we add this icon that says, or we can even do it here, icon plus, and we preview this. All right, so we get it the way we want it, but I still don't like that. We can come over here and say okay, let's come over here and say color, white, height, display to be inline, height to be 20 pixels, width to be 20 pixels, and let's hit OK. Why are we getting this thing? Because of the button or something? Alright. Display block. $50 pixels. Alright, I guess it's because of I guess it's as a result of the height we gave it. So we will make it 60 actually. Come down here, make it 60, and preview this thing, and that is it. And we can give it a margin top to be 50 pixels, and that is it. Just come up so much. We want it to be 30 pixels. Alright, so let's review it. Alright, so let's add a BTN to it, like BTN like this. BTN. Alright, so that is exactly what I want, but as this thing is, you can still use your button now. You can still use your button at BTN, remove this text, give it an icon like this, okay, and BTN primary, take it off, add BTN, and preview it. Alright, we have it there. We still have it there. That is beautiful. And we can say display flex, and we align items, align items, center, and okay, and we justify content, center, justify content, center. All right, okay, so as you can see, it works, and we want it to be modal, adjust modal. Alright, so thank you guys for your time, and I'll catch. As you can see, our application is getting very close. We are getting closer to something. Okay, this is what we want to clone, and this is where we've gotten to. I think we are getting pretty close. Alright, so with I just want to say thank you guys for your time. It came. That's beautiful. We can add another one, another, and we say submit it. It says another, and you know, that looks beautiful, and we can search for another. As you can see, it came over here. That looks very, very beautiful. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.